Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about Harry and Meghan, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. These divorce rumors have been going on for at least 3 years. I mean, the rumors have been rampant. And yet, right now, it seems to have met a fever pitch. And so tonight we're going to talk about whether or not we think they're staying together, whether they're divorcing, what is the deal, why are all these rumors out there all of a sudden? Well, not all of a sudden, because they're always out there. But I want to get your opinions because critics are like, oh, they're definitely getting a divorce. And then other ones are like, no way, Jose, they're not getting a divorce. So guys, welcome. I am Deanna here from Hot for History. Please subscribe, like my videos. I usually do some history content where, I share really quirky short videos about history, usually stuff that your history teacher would never teach you. But we do like to discuss royal gossip, royal news every now and then. I will be going on typically on a Monday night, but every now and then I like to do these pop-up live events. And so I just want to welcome all of you guys. Please do share. You can share this right now so we can have some more people coming on. And it's an interactive thing. We'll all be talking about Harry and Meghan and what's going on. And I like to get your opinion. So, okay. So first, no, they're divorce rumors. We're going to talk about the divorce rumors. But first, we're going to do a little bit of royal news. Prince George just turned 10. So we're very excited that he just turned 10, and there's these adorable pictures. By the way, let me know, guys, where you're from. If you're new to watching these lives, please hang out. We love to have all of you here, whether or not you love Harry or Meghan or do not. We do have a lot of people who do not because they're frustrated. But we want to welcome everybody from all sides of this because we like to talk about it because we don't know. We're speculating based on news that we see. So that's what this is, just a bunch of people who are royal watchers, curious. And so we're going to talk about it. Okay, so Prince George, who is so stinking adorable, just had his 10th birthday. He looks like a young man here. Look at him. And then I want to show you these other pictures before we dive into the Harry and Meghan thing. Let some other people get on. I love these pictures of Charlotte and George together, especially Charlotte on the left where she's freaking out, I think, at the tennis match. She literally, to me, looks so much like her. She looks a lot like her dad, in my opinion. I think that George does too, but I don't know. So we're here from the US and we have people from Florida, people from Massachusetts, from the UK. We have people from all over. Welcome. So that's a little bit of news. We also have news that while all of this was going on, Meghan and Meghan's mom, Doria Ragland, was out in Los Angeles, I guess, checking out some artwork and some, like a gallery. Now, for those of you who have been following the royal family for a while, there's a lot of critics who think that anytime there's big news regarding the royal family, like George's birthday, then there's always sort of a Sussex drop as well, So skeptics are saying, okay, the reason why this is in the news is because George had his birthday. But hello from Illinois. I'm an Illinois girl too. I am a Central Illinois, Northern Illinois girl. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me just let all of you guys get on. Hi, Bunny. Welcome. It's good to see you. Lorena says, I don't like them, but I hope there is no divorce. Harry resigned his family and work due to her and his new family. I agree. I mean, nobody really wants it, especially with children involved. Okay. Hi, everybody. Southern California here. Welcome from Southern California. I'm glad that you're here. And then I'm really curious to what Giovanna has to say in the UK about Harry and Meghan and her thoughts. I really want to hear it. I'm going to dive into this a little bit first. I got this article out first for a reason, because everybody I know who's like in sort of the entertainment gossip or entertainment news field, they've always said what you usually find out before a divorce is some kind of announcement. Oh, we're moving, we're selling our house. This usually is a major hint. And we don't know if they're selling their house, but we're hearing that they may sell their house. So I want to read this. So Giovanna hopes they stay together. And she's from the UK. I think Prince William's marriage is more in trouble than Prince Harry's. See, I don't necessarily agree with that, but you know what? Like I said, we're all royal watchers. So let's see it. Let's watch and see. All right. I'm going to read this about the property first, and let's break that down. And then I'm going to read the Radar Online article, which was sort of this gossip magazine, I think out of Australia, that kind of jump-started this whole new kind of, I guess, rumor cycle regarding the divorce. But I really do want to talk about the property first, because I find it really fascinating, because like I said, everybody I know will talk first about, oh my gosh, if they're selling the property, then they're getting a divorce. I will say I did a little bit of research. Divorce rumors have been around at least 3 or 4 years. But like I said, right now it's like a fever pitch. We don't know, but we're unpacking this and just having a conversation about it. So we have some more people here from Toronto. Just finished reading Harry's book, Spare. Wow, his view of his life is sad. Yeah. Sorry, Diane, I didn't put this up here. Yeah. The book Spare. So the cycle was that he had Oprah first, which was a shock. And then much later, they had the Netflix series, which wasn't really terrible in my opinion, except for Meghan's kind of mocking curtsy. So it was bad, but it wasn't like crazy bad. And for some of us, it was like, oh, but we could also see that there were endearing aspects to their family life and their children. So that was great. And then the book came out, and it was like, it sort of was the thing that made everybody go, okay, now all of these things combined are not looking that great, especially since the queen just died. Like, she was just buried, and it's like bam, bam, bam. So then after that was the interview that he had with online regarding his, he had basically a whole psychological analysis online. And then from there, we had the South Park incidents, the Spotify lead dropping them, all of this news constantly. So now so you're seeing Spare now, you're reading Spare now, but we're unpacking all of these little gossip drops or these news drops. So we're going to read about the house first, and then I'm going to go back to your questions, and we'll talk about the big article that came out, and we'll unpack that. So it says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are thought to be considering moving to a new house in Los Angeles. 3 years after moving to their current home in Montecito, the Duke and Duchess are rumored to be considering buying a property in the popular star-studded beach city of Malibu. That wouldn't be so bad. Okay, while discussions are said to be in an early stage, a source claimed that the couple was eager to make the move in order to be closer to central Los Angeles. That would be closer, yes. So trips to the Hollywood city from their current 11.4 million pound mansion can take as long as 3 hours in peak traffic times. Absolutely. Harry and Meghan are reviewing their living options, with Malibu being a place of interest. Well, that might be my place of interest too, although I hear Montecito is gorgeous. They have secretly visited the area a couple of times and have been out and about looking at what's there. I wonder if they can get a house less than 11. I don't think so. Maybe they can. It'll have to be much smaller. And Meghan knows parts of the region from being there as a kid. It's uncertain if they will sell the Montecito or just add a Malibu spot. There you go. So the move consideration comes as Meghan is shifting gears and focus back to Hollywood with WME, which we're going to talk about this agency in a second. Okay, Meghan signed with the William Morris Endeavor earlier this year in a bid to help relaunch her career. She's being represented by Endeavor CEO R.E. Emanuel, widely regarded as one of the most influential talent agents. The source added, being close to Beverly Hills and Los Angeles, where the deals are done, is very smart. And of course, there is a real Malibu scene where major stars also, that they can rub elbows with that. So basically, they're saying that they may either live in Malibu and Montecito, or sell the Montecito house and only live in Malibu. Now, I brought up this article just because people usually say, okay, the move and the sale usually comes before a divorce. But again, they're all rumors. People are just so speculative and wishing and hoping that they get divorced. Talk, 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 nothing bigger. It's all speculation, and everything we do here is speculation. I mean, for me, Marvin, it's sort of like I watch it as, because I love history, and I only came into this because I love history. And then the royal family was doing royal content. And so for me, it was like, wait, like this is such a crazy time in royal history. But from an entertainment standpoint, I'm sorry, it is entertaining. The gossip mill on Harry and Meghan, it's entertaining. And yes, it's crazy that we're fascinated, but I guess it's human nature. And so, yes, we're all talking and we're all kind of, none of us know. None of us know. And the people, even the top, there's like all of these people that they say are like these top royal journalists, and they don't know either. They just don't. They don't know. Okay, so let me take some other questions. Welcome from California. I don't know where Menifee is. I hope things work out because of their children. Yes. Okay, I do too. Okay, so did you hear? Okay, yeah, I was going to put this in here, but I didn't really want to. I didn't get into it that much. Did you hear that Prince Harry requested the use of Air Force One when the Queen was dying? Of course, the White House denied the request. Yeah, so I was going to put that article in here, Bunny. I was going to like address it, but I'm just not sure. I'm so confused on that, and it just seems unlikely to me. It just seems kind of unlikely because I don't know. So I just didn't touch it, but I did hear it. I did hear it. Okay, so now let me see if you guys have any other questions. This is the article on the right from Radar is kind of where all these rumors have come from. Let me make sure. Hey, Brian. Brian's in the UK, so I always like to talk to him. She has no interest in giving up her Hollywood ambitions. Hopeless Harry is still a useful tool for her while he has a title to use. I think that she still would have a title even after their divorce. Is that correct? Like she would still have that title, but maybe not all those privileges. We're going to unpack the rumors right now because some of them are big, including them talking about kind of like what she was asking for. Some people are saying that she was asking for $80 million, and all of that money would have had to have come from, I guess, them kind of being together, because I don't know any money that Harry has with the crown, if that would apply. However, he did come into the marriage with, his inheritance. So, and honestly, if they did get divorced, I think he would have to like stay nearby. I would if I had kids. So here's the big article that kind of kicked this off. All right. So this was on July 18th. This was like a handful of days ago. I just sort of sat on it. I wanted to watch and see what happened because you never know. Like next week could be a totally other thing. So it says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are taking time apart in hopes of rebuilding their bond after the pair's marital woes were fueled by family drama. This is from Radar Online. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been worn down after public backlash, failed business deals, and public spats with their loved ones, palace insiders revealed. They're trying to figure out what hit them, an insider claimed. Harry doesn't fit in Meghan's tacky Tinseltown world, they added, saying he needs to find himself. Okay, so by the way, that quote, it doesn't tell me like who gave that quote, except for palace insiders calling it her tacky Tinseltown stuff. So I don't know, could be anybody. It's been a rocky few months for the renegade royals who dealt with the negative fallout from the bad press as they tried to reestablish their lives in California after stepping down from their senior duties and waging war with the royals. The couple spilled never before shared details about their family drama in his explosive memoir, Spare. I'm just going to fast forward. Not only were they called grifters by a Spotify executive in the wake of the $20 million deal going south, which, by the way, there's rumors that they lost at least $10 million or more. In other words, they weren't able to keep the entire $20 million because they didn't deliver. But Meghan was also blasted as not being a great audio talent or necessarily any kind of talent by an insider bigwig who spoke out after the busted deal. And then it said, looking ahead, Harry's planning a trip to Africa to film a documentary for which his wife will not be present. I did hear that. And then there was a moment where it said, no, Meghan is going to go and she's going to do some, humanitarian work. And then that seemed to not be true. So, and I'll get to your questions and comments in a second. Okay. The anticipated solo trip may be just what Harry needs to be considered as he considers the continent his second home and a place where he feels most like himself. He's always loved Africa. Meanwhile, insiders said that Meghan has a new super agent determined to keep her busy. She's looking to establish her own brand and make millions, said royal insider Daniela Elser. For the first time, they are truly on divergent professional paths. The hits keep coming for the Sussexes, added the tipster, who said Spotify failure was a game changer. And then it says the Sussexes are under tremendous financial pressure to fund their lavish California lifestyle, including the $14 million or 11 million pound mansion and huge security costs. The stress coupled with their emotional issues has likely made it a living hell. Taking time apart on different continents will hopefully help them, whatever. And then it says Radar Online reached out to comment prior publication, a source of the Sussex. It's not true. It's literally made up, which is what somebody said. So the headline of the article is, hey, it says Harry and Meghan trial separation. No question mark. It says trial separation. Nasty fights, humiliation, and failure lead Prince to pursue peace inside the drama. Now, let's talk, because the article states more than what the content is. Like, the content really isn't that, I don't know, damning in a sense. But then we have New York Magazine next to it. Also, okay, Brian, I've got a lot of comments. I wasn't able to read the whole thing. Basically, they're confirming it. Okay. They're confirming it, but again, they're rumors. Okay. So she has I read that. I'm a big fan way back from the beginning. Hello. More divorce talk is appearing. Yes. And Stephen, I'm sorry. I will come on tomorrow too. I know tomorrow's supposed to be my day. And welcome Bree guy or Bry guy. As a girl, I read it Bree. As you could be Bry or whatever. Okay, so anyhow, but welcome. It would depend, says Brian. It was officially stripped. No, we're talking. My question before was, okay, does she get to keep her title if they get a divorce? Again, speculation. If they got a divorce, would Meghan be able to keep her title? It depends. It was officially stripped. No. If she were to divorce and he was still a duke, she could technically use the style Duchess Henry of Sussex. I guess it would soon to be revoked. Okay. Elton John would gladly allow Harry to use his plane. That's true. That is true, Marvin. Like, that definitely, I think that's the kind of thing that I was hearing, that it was not true that they asked, but everybody was saying that they asked. So question, is Archie starting school in September? Could this be related to the move to Malibu? Possibly she wants the kids to attend school with the rest of the celebrity kids. Well, there's lots of there's a lot of affluent people and well-connected people in Montecito too. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's better natural security because there's so many celebrities there. I don't know. I'm not sure. Malibu's fun and it's close to Los Angeles. But the next thing they're saying is that Meghans Deal is not really going all that well. Like, her deal with WME. Let me just see if there's anything new in this page 6 article, guys. And you can pipe in here. Okay. The only way she will let him go is if she can keep a title. I can't see Harry leaving her, honestly. Kelly, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, Harry's burned the bridges for everybody, right? Even his friends. He stayed away long enough. Think about what he would have to go through. First off, he segues into America, right? Now he's got to go, oops, I'm going back. Plus, he's got kids over here, so he'd be traveling a lot. We honestly don't know much about like their life with their kids because we never see their kids hardly ever. So I don't know. The only reason Diana was still princess is that she was the wife of Prince of Wales. And then also because she was the mother of the next monarch, well, not the next one, but yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if kids shipped off to boarding school. That would be awful because I know that William, like, they don't want that with them. So, okay. So I'm going to read another article about the divorce thing. If it's redundant, I'm going to skip through that, but it'll give us other things to talk about because oftentimes news from one part similar, but you get a little bit of extra stuff. And page 6, they have all kinds of gossip all the time. Okay, so page 6 says the rumors are swirling, and then they quote Radar Online. Well, that's not very interesting. They're trying to figure out what hit them. Harry doesn't fit into me. Okay, I already read that quote. However, an insider close to the couple who wed in May 2018 says it's all speculation. By the way, did you see that Omid Scobie, their like right-hand man, is no longer the whatever royal editor at Yahoo? So he was the guy that I think was part of the catastrophic car chase comment. Okay, as we previously reported, Harry's making plans to return to Africa. Okay, there's nothing new here. There's nothing new here. Page 6 basically took the Radar Online article. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So we are going to okay, wait. I have some new information. So meanwhile, another anonymous tipster told Demois, spelled capital DEUXMOI, the pair had sold the mansion in Montecito already, and that Harry was already living in another place. And we all do know that when he left the coronation, he didn't fly right home, even though he seemed like he rushed. The self-proclaimed curators of pop culture behind the celeb gossip site said, not sure if the house was sold, but I heard a couple weeks ago he was staying somewhere else there. Despite public spats with their loved ones and widespread backlash to the various personal projects and business ventures, Radar Online source claimed that the duo Spotify failure was a game changer. Okay, so the Spotify failure was a game changer. Well, yeah, you lose 10 million, possibly have a sensitivity with your Netflix deal, which means that now you might lose 50 million. Who knows? Last month, Harry and Markle's $20 million deal, we all know that it ended. At the time, insiders told us that the couples had struggled to come up with any more great ideas. So anyhow, that's where we're at. Page 6, I don't think has a lot more. They talk about so that's it. So new information, new gossip is that, oh my gosh, I think they sold the mansion. So let me look at your comments, and then we're going to talk about the WME deal a second. Okay. I don't think they'd go to boarding school. Prince George will board at Eton, most likely. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to, well, you might know better than I do, but I thought he was going to go there, but since it's so close to his house, he was just going to be like a day student. So, or if he is boarding, clearly he's like, it's like boarding down the street from your house. Diana was always a princess in her own name from the day she married Charles. Fergie, Sophie, and Meghan are never styled as princess in their own name. Sophie would be had they not decided to just kind of keep it as it was. By the way, there's news with Andrew too, but I'm not going to go into it right now. I hope after all this, they don't break up. How sad. I agree. It's sad. It's sad, but like in my mind, I can't imagine how they could stay together just because thinking of the pressure and the stress for me is like, what kind of couple's going to stay together with all of that? I mean, seriously, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like moving is a lot. Moving a few times is a lot. We all had the COVID situation, but we weren't like married, leaving another country, leaving an institution with the entire world like on us. Again, I'm just saying it's a lot. So for me, it's logical that their marriage would be tough. Okay, so in the meantime, the fans are like, this is just a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of BS. They're saying what some of us here are saying. I'm in the middle. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this, my opinion is, I feel like it's heading toward a divorce. I absolutely do. I do. I don't know what that looks like, but based on the personalities and all the drama and like, I don't know. I don't see her with him. That's what I think. My opinion is just as good as anybody else's. I mean, you got, the fans could be like, these are just rumors. And all I'm basing it on is little articles here and there. So obviously it's just an opinion. But at the same time, it's not like I really would want them to get divorced. We all liked Harry in the beginning. We all loved him, and things sort of changed. And I loved Meghan too. Okay, so Sophie has been all over social media and can't wait to hear your Andrew news. We'll talk about it tomorrow, okay? Because I have to, maybe I was, yeah, I have to, when you give Prince Andrew news, you have to speak in code because of social. Like, you can't just come out and start really talking about it. You've got to speak in code. Okay, so Lorena, for what I watched in their documentary, he thought she would be the Commonwealth Queen because she was doing okay in public, but they want more recognition that I think they don't deserve. Yeah, so I was listening to a royal commentator, and this makes sense, is that this whole royal thing, recognition and becoming well known, it's a slow game. It's a marathon. And your commitment to that, like if you have, okay, Hollywood in your veins and let's do that, like they had to have discussed it before they got married, right? Like, are you willing to give up all of this to be a royal? Like, they had to have discussed this ahead of time. It's a different lifestyle. Like in America, we're used to being able to, come on, let's go to the top. We got all of these assets and resources, and look, we're famous already. We can take advantage of that. We can get a Spotify deal. We can take we can take it by the horns. Like, we can go for it. That's our attitude. To calm that down and sort of live, as a princess, I like to think that I would enjoy it, but sometimes I think I might be a little rebellious, not exactly like Meghan, but I think I feel, again, we're just playing games here. I feel like I would have tried really hard to negotiate some type of compromise, like really hard. Like even when they said sorry, I still would have been like, excuse me, but I don't know. It's all speculation, even what I would do. Okay, so it's strange that she's the only one smiling in the photos. He always looks so stressed. He always looks like, get the F out of my way. Get out of my way. And she's like, she's got a great smile and she knows how to do the beauty thing. She has it down. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry love each other and never breaking up. They need each other. I think they need each other. That's for sure. We will see Paula. We'll listen. We'll all be on this journey together, trying to figure it all out. I think if there was a divorce, it would have to be very low key, like do this, and this first, do this, and this first, because we've got money on the table with these deals. Can we maybe not let Netflix know that we're divorced? Because then our whole deal goes. Like, I would think they would have to be so, they would have to strategize it extremely well, and it would have to be really slow and deliberate. And they're used to not strategizing things so well. So I personally think that if it really was a divorce, it would be more obvious, because I don't think that they're skilled in subtle. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I don't think that they're like a subtle couple. So I don't know. I just feel like it would be more like, oh, it's happening. It's like in our face, and it's crazy. So that's what I think. But again, I could be wrong. Okay, I think Harry and Meghan have kept their heads down for too long, and now the rumor mill has to start turning. I don't know if I've even thought that their heads were down. Like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to read this article about the WME. Every time I say that, I feel like it's that wrestling thing, what is it? The WWE. Anyhow, there's an article that I'm not highlighting here. Meghan Markle struggling after suffering a series of setbacks. So this is about the WME deal, like her deal with William Morris Endeavors, that she's been in this deal for 3 months. And it says she's struggling in Hollywood despite signing with a top talent agency. The Duchess is yet to announce any of her upcoming plans, as a PR expert suggests she could be having difficulty finding her footing in Hollywood. And then it says this Kieran Elsby explained that 3 months is a longer period of time than is typically expected to secure some deals. So Meghan and her husband, Prince Harry, recently had their Spotify deal dumped after just one series. And then they're saying the couple still has their Netflix partnership while Meghan signed with William Morris Endeavor. I mean, I heard that Harry signed. I heard that Archibald signed with WME. So I don't understand why they keep saying it's just Meghan. Anyhow, following a deal, Elsby said Meghan will be a major coup for the agency. It's good business to have her on their roster. It is also good for Meghan having a prestige agency, said the Mirror. However, it's been 3 months since the news broke, and we've heard nothing since. This is a longer period of time than is typically expected for new clients. And it says, so there's this director of media, PR Global, added that there are a few explanations as to why it may be taking so long. It's possible that Meghan is still in the early stages of developing her projects and doesn't want to announce anything that she's ready to do, because she doesn't really want to be acting as much. She wants to be producing content. So he's saying that it's just maybe taking her time to figure it out, right? Which, by the way, them taking time to make decisions and to think about creative ideas is what got them in trouble with Spotify. Not coming up with more ideas. I can sit here, you and all of us could come up with like tons of ideas that would probably work seriously as royals. Like we could think of many ideas. I think it's more likely to see her launch a new lifestyle brand like she had the TIG. I think that would be great, but they're saying that she's not that good on, like on podcasting, and she's not a great actress. So they're trying to figure something out. It says, I think her charity work will continue as she has strong passion for it. And also it's essential to most Hollywood stars to have a charity to work with. Of course, with Meghan, anything's possible. She's ambitious, so she could surprise us all with her next move. Okay, let me see what you guys have to say about this. Like, why haven't there been any more entertainment announcements? Okay, let me see. Okay, I already read that one. Sorry, I'm like way off from where our notes were. Harry has looked miserable since the day he got married. Let's read that. I don't even know where I ended up with the question. Sorry. Since the day they got married. She, on the other hand, is always looking at the cameras. Yep. Prenup. Janet, that's a really great question, because some people are like, oh, there definitely is a prenup. And then others are like, oh, no, because everything that she had, like he had, would have been with the crown. So she wouldn't have been able to have it anyhow. And yes, the WWE. Was there a prenup? I heard that there was some form of prenup, but it wouldn't encompass everything. And they're living in California. That's the other thing. Meghan was smart. Get your husband into California, by the way, because things are going to lean a little bit more into your direction during a divorce. Maybe she could sell face cream. I mean, Meghan she's attractive. She can sell that kind of stuff, but yeah, face cream, or maybe he could sell some cream. You know what I'm saying? Was it Elizabeth Arden that he used for his what, when it was frostbite? That was so creepy that he used his mother's cream for that. I'm just saying, I'm not going down that route, but I did. Okay, so it's true. Sadly, Harry used to be real joker. Yes, we always loved him. He looks dead behind the eyes now. Not speaking to his brother is heartbreaking. Listen, he needs his support. Like he needs his team. I've always said about relationships in general, if you're in a relationship and they're taking you away from your support, unless you have totally dysfunctional weirdos that you're hanging around with, red flag, red flag. And now she's not talking to her family and he's not talking to his. Everybody who studies narcissists says that that's the first thing. Take them away from their support because you'll have more control. You'll have more control. Okay, let me see what Brian has to say. A lot of truths will have to come out if they do divorce. Anyone in the top 6 line of succession cannot announce they wish to marry without the prior permission of the monarch. Yeah, and listen, I'm just saying, I watched the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing totally. It makes me nervous because sometimes I wonder if he's been like recorded, like if they were like recording each other, like there's something like that going on. That's just a little, after seeing Amber, like that was intense. She like recorded all the stuff. They had to start recording each other. If you're in a relationship where you have to be recording every little thing, just get out the minute that you think you need to record it. Just be done. Just be done. Okay, so let me see. Community, thank you, Janet. Community property state. Yeah. So, and I think, is it 50-50? I'm sorry, I haven't studied the divorce laws in California. I just heard. And I think it's a no cause or whatever. Okay, yes, if they were in Britain, King Charles would actually have to have the last say on the children legally. Yeah, and I think that that's why the kids have not been there. I don't think that he would apply that, but we're seeing some weird stuff. And I guess if the law still was in existence and I was married to him, I might be a little nervous about that myself. It's a very old law. It goes back to the 1600s. For those of you listening who don't know, that says that the monarch, the king, does have control and custody of his grandchildren, especially if they're like the first, few heirs. So it's never, in our modern times been needed to be applied. But if you saw Diana and Charles's divorce, Diana was very supportive of having her kids be part of the royal, culture and part of the royal family because she knew that William was going to be king and she was compliant in that area. People may think she was rebellious in other ways, but she was very compliant. So you never would have seen that, right? Same with Fergie. But I don't think it was as big of a deal with Fergie, but they were all there and they were not playing any games. What would happen to the children? I think in America, it would be like a typical divorce. She would probably get the children and he would probably have some type of custody, I'm guessing. But we don't know. But if they were in the UK, there is that law. So it would be some kind of serious lawsuit because one of the children, Lilibet, was actually born in America. But if they're in the UK and they're the royals, it is a law that's on the books. However, unlikely to be used, right? Okay, so Meghan deliberately moved to California as the laws there are always in favor of women in divorce. That's what I'm thinking. It's well documented. Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm thinking because they could have been in Canada. They could have been they were even talking about going to South Africa. They could have, if they really wanted to be away from all of this, they could have been in Idaho or someplace in the mountains. I don't know. Okay, so yes, everything belongs to both. Okay, we're going to take a few more questions and then we're going to go. The word subtle is not in the vocabulary. Yes, I'm glad you picked up on that because that is the only thing in my logic that makes me think, okay, I think some of this stuff may not be true because I feel like they're so bad at subtlety and finesse. They're like bulls in a china shop that if they even tried to keep things secret, it would be all out there. And I'm not talking about what we're just hearing now. I don't think this is like a blast, right? I think it's just like, whoa, it's definitely reaching a fever pitch, but the specifics, kind of more details, making it lean in that direction just aren't there in my opinion. But I don't think that they would, I think it would be obvious. It would be like, you can't hide that. Come on, we're not stupid. We don't believe that, right? That's what I think. Harry's inheritance is well tied up in royal protection. Prince Anne has now supposedly been put in control of it. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. Tomorrow night we'll talk about it. Rumor is they are to protect it further by upping the age he can access it. They were, how old is he? I thought they were going to bring it up to 40 and he's heading into 40 and they're going to move it up. So you're right. You're right. You're right. I just read that before I got on. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. She would get half and yeah, she wouldn't get half for only 5 years. Oh, okay. So I don't know the years. I do know people that have divorced. I mean, that have divorced on the like anniversary, like get a divorce now because otherwise you're going to lose all of that. Do it now. Like I've heard about that too. So I don't know if that's true. In California, sorry, there's somebody's mowing the lawn. Like it's like 8:30 here. Okay. She's trying to separate her own finances. Okay. Yes. In California. Okay. So I think we're going to call it kind of a night, but I'm going to see what I can do about tomorrow night and come back on. I couldn't resist. I was going to originally just come on tomorrow night, but I couldn't help myself because I had a very busy week and I wasn't on here very much. And I really wanted to talk about this. I think what we're going to do tomorrow is we'll talk about Anne and we'll get into, if I can talk about Andrew, I'll talk about him a little bit in code. I'll have to have like, anyhow, I'll have to have some code. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Some guy is mowing my lawn at like 8:30 at night. This is unacceptable. Okay. Anyhow, I will talk to y'all later. Good time to say goodbye since your lawnmower is behind me. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.